having fun and getting everybody in, I think, is a big plus for us tonight.
As Coach talked about, it looked like ball movement was a big focus today. I guess this can go to Allie. What were you guys kind of looking for as players to kind of get the ball moving?
Yeah, I just think we did a really good job of competing and fighting today, and we used everything that we worked on in practice and implemented it into the game. So we did a good job of that, and I think the bench, people coming off the bench really helped too, so we had some good depth today.
Both you guys rebounded really well tonight. What were you guys, looking for off the defensive rebound?
I wouldn't really say we were looking for anything, but it was just like, some games there's certain strengths, and I felt today was more of a post strength, and the team realized that, so they utilized that, and they allowed us to get the shots that we got, and then with that we were able to kick back out for them to get their shots. So when it comes to boarding and everything, that was just something that we were a strength at today.
Kennedi, it looked like, the guards, there was a lot of plays where the guards would drive in and they dish out really last second to the forwards. You guys would be able to get, easy buckets. What have you guys been working on that? How's that chemistry been coming along early in the season?
I think one thing that we've honed in on is we're a really good team when we're getting play to man, and our focus was zone because obviously the team zoned us most of the game. So practice, we work on penetrating, passing. So what we saw was a lot of collapsing, which made it open for us post at the bottom for those easy dishes.
Allie, on this end, as more of a shooter, how do you guys kind of get open and kind of look for your spots in the flow of the offense?
Yeah, I think the guards did a really good job of driving the lanes, which helped others to help down, and they kicked it out, and we were able to hit those open shots. Without the guards driving the lanes, we would get those shots.
Kennedi, it just seems like even when you're off the floor, you still have a really loud voice. I noticed you on the bike and you're still talking. And how has it been, just being able to have that voice as a freshman and feel confident in sharing with your team kind of how you're feeling?
I mean, I don't think me being a freshman has anything to do with it. It's my team. I love my team. I love the energy that they bring, so it makes it easy for me to want to get loud, to get turned, just for everything that we do.
Allie, and then kind of seeing you guys play a similar role, almost, being able to be scoring throughout, but then also both of you being able to get those boards. How's it been kind of seeing Kennedi develop and kind of you two being able to mesh together on the floor?
Yeah, I was really excited when Kennedi came in. I was really excited to play with her, and she's doing an amazing job this year, and her energy is great, like you said. And it's really easy to bounce off that energy, and she keeps me going all game.
Has it been a challenge kind of learning to play on the floor together at all, or has that kind of been a steady flow, just being in a similar position and being able to do similar things? Has that been a challenge for either of you, or has it been really smooth sailing?
I don't know. I would say it's fun. It's like you have your companion on the court. Normally it's like a post and a guard or whatever, but I feel like Allie and I have this little click where, say I'm high posted to easy high low, or she's high, she can drive and kick. So it's just like a mesh, and it makes it easier to play when you have the other post that you can count on. When it's ball screens, we can switch. We know it's just communication, really.
Allie, how is this different, kind of from last year? Obviously, Kenny, you weren't here, but kind of having Alex in a big post role last year, now having kind of like she said, just this, post duo. How has that been different for you?
Yeah, well, this is just a completely different team overall, and our focuses are different this year. And I think that Kennedi is just a great role, and she stepped in, and she's doing an amazing job along with our other freshmen too. So everyone's stepping up, and I love when our bench comes out strong, and that's just really exciting to have everyone be able to play and fight.
And so you guys led in points in the paint, but they did have 22. Were you guys kind of expecting them to have a bigger inside presence tonight, or kind of did you guys have to adjust to that, and how did you do that?
We knew that we were going to be a bigger team, so that's something that we focused on. We knew that we could get those O boards. We knew we could get the defensive boards. We just had to have the fight in us to do it.
Go with Blair. All right, that's it, guys.
Coach, from Allie and Kennedi both, it looked like they had a strong defensive interior presence. How do you kind of see that interior defense developing throughout your whole team?
Defensively?
Yeah.
We've spent a lot of time defensively because, we were bigger today, but we're not going to be bigger as we move forward. So we've spent a lot of time scheming, playing together. So it's just all connected again. if you're playing team defense, whether today we didn't double, some days we do, sometimes we do different things. I mean, I told them, I felt today we could just, try to handle their post one-on-one. But like if you just hear those guys talk about their feeling, that probably transcends from offense to defense. So, but it also entails the guards and how we're playing like a team and a team defense. Because we're switching quite a few things up right now.
You talked about kind of team chemistry. Right now, you guys are having a lot of success. But how does that team chemistry continue on as your schedule will get tougher later in the year?
Well, what's so fun about coaching and watching teams develop is that a lot of people are really impatient about where their chemistry is going. And what you have to understand as a coach, it takes times, it takes trials, it takes happiness, it takes sadness, it takes all those emotions. What you want to do is all that, for instance, going to Australia and all we've gone through preseason, all things, that's the foundation. And that's what kind of leads a team to have a game like today where it can be fun, knowing we're going to have some challenges, but you build that strong chemistry, and then when it does get tough, we're still together.
Has there been a specific moment that you've seen that's really stood out, whether that be in a game or practice or on that Australia trip that has really stood out to you as one of those chemistry moments?
I think there was just an opportunity, like even when you're in campus right now and you go do things socially, there's other people around. In Australia, there was nobody else. They had to talk to each other. That was their group. And because of that, I think that's just a natural offshoot. And I also feel like, especially with the new people on the team, it was really, really an important trip for us.
It seems like Jada's gotten really comfortable, shooting that mid-range jumper, those short shots. Is that something she kind of came in with that talent, or has she progressed that?
No, that skill set's there. I think that with Jada, it's just a matter of, being, and you could just tell when she first came out, like Jada at Australia was a little hesitant, and she has her, people that have trained her and saw her and like, hey, just go play. And that's what she is right now. That skill set's been there. You can feel the confidence growing. I think she's so level. She just plays a game, kind of keeps after things, and is really solid. For what, 7 games now? What are we? Yeah, 7. Happens fast, doesn't it?
Just kind of seeing Janiyah go from last year to this year, it seems like she's much more willing to shoot the ball instead of kicking it out more. So how have you seen her confidence grow, or is that a confidence thing, or just her being on the court more?
Yeah, I don't have a bag of confidence underneath my desk that I hand to kids. You know what confidence is them taking the time in the gym with the coaches, taking shots. If I could hand it out, I'd hand it out to everybody. So that's a reflection of her going out and working. She understood that she's a great passer. She does a great job of seeing the court, but this is, you're getting highly scouted at this level, and if you don't do that, if you can't shoot the ball, you're not going to be able to pass the ball. So I think it's a reflection of her hard work in the gym and getting that confidence up.
You talked a lot about just having a lot of offensive flow with so many guards and shooters. Kind of seeing Allie and Kennedi play, that inside position, but also being able to come out, especially Allie hit a 3 or, Kennedi hit a mid-range shot. How important is that for you guys?
It's extremely important. I mean, honestly, Allie is an outstanding shooter that I wish that we've got the ball more too. And I think this year that ball is falling because you know why? People can't lock in on just one player or 2 players. They have to play a multiple of players. They have to go like, hey, there's a shooter there, which frees up other people. When you can isolate and just knock off, hey, let's stop those 2. So as far as Kennedi goes, I mean, just her presence. I mean, I kind of tease her about her turnovers, and then I look at her line. She's 6 for 11. Has 12 rebounds. So, probably should have the whole line. You know what I'm saying? She's done a great job for us.
Being able to just kind of like I asked her earlier, have that voice already. Is that something she came in with? Just that energy and just that willingness to talk?
Well, I think that in any team you get used to each other. There's seniors and juniors, and you kind of go through stuff. And I think the one thing that when I tell them is when you go out on the court and you're guarding somebody, do you go, hey, are you a freshman or sophomore or a senior? You're just playing. You're guarding someone. So that expectation, like you kind of heard, I don't care if I'm a freshman. That's the attitude I want. We're playing. You don't really care what you're, and that's the kind of attitude she has towards it. Now, with that, she talks, she can be heard, she doesn't, you have to be able to be heard, and she has that unique ability to do that. In fact, I think a lot of players on this team, I'll be honest, I think this is a great team of leaders collectively. Everybody does it a little bit differently. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.